And we are live. Welcome back to the show. The show or the channel? The show. Welcome back to the show, guys. It is Cho's Wisdom Football. Big up yourselves. I hope everybody's having a great day. This is your daily Manchester United news, headlines, and talking points. Everything to do with Manchester United, all in one place, guys. I have all the latest news, headlines, gossips, and everything in between for you guys to mull over. So big up the chat. I hope everyone's having a good day, having a good week as well. On today's show, people, we have a lot of Kobbie Mainoo to go through. We have Carrick's quotes, Carrick coming out speaking on Kobbie Mainoo and his plans for Kobbie Mainoo. We also have Fabrizio reporting on the fact that Kobbie Mainoo is set to stay. And we also have a Kobbie Mainoo clip that I find very, very interesting that I want to bring to your attention today, guys, that I think epitomizes the fans, the supporters' feelings and attitudes towards Kobbie Mainoo right now. Essentially, within a click of a finger, Kobbie Mainoo has gone from somebody that Amorim potentially wants out the club, someone that Amorim convinced a lot of fans to dislike. And he's gone from that to being almost a hero in a split second. He is somebody that Manchester United is now propping up. They're tweeting a lot about him now, and it's so interesting how someone's fortunes can change so quickly. So we'll get into that, guys. We'll get into all the Kobbie Mainoo stuff. There's also news, guys, that Darren Fletcher wants to start Chido and JJ Gabriel for the under-18s FA Cup game. I don't know if this is anything special because Chido and JJ play for the youth team anyway, I believe. They already play for the under-18s from my perspective. So I'm not sure if this is anything special, but they'll be playing in the FA Cup game. So there's news about that as well. There's also news about the pundits. We've spoken about the pundits and their opinions and the ex-players as well. And there's some feedback. There's some feedback from the pundits regarding the United squad. And there's also talk about how, and you guys will let me know if you agree with this, how the Man United pundits or the ex-Man United players are they the worst pundits? Are they some of the worst pundits in the UK? You guys, we'll get into it. We'll get into the stories later on. We'll flush it out. We'll find out what the hell is going on. And then towards the end of the show, we're going to read quotes from Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro's got something to say. There's also confirmation, guys, that Man United will be playing in our third kit against Arsenal, which is, of course, is the black kit. So I remember us playing with the black kit against Arsenal. I remember, was it 4-2? We won 4-2. John O'Shea scored the goal. Don't forget the goal that John O'Shea scored when he did this. When he did this after he scored. Like, I don't know. That was that black kit. So playing with the black kit against Arsenal on Sunday. Also, Mazraoui gets an extra rest. As we know, Mazraoui played for Morocco in AFCON. So he's going to get an extra rest. Essentially a happy Kobbie. I think a good 20% of this show will be about Kobbie because a lot of the news, a lot of the conversation, guys, is surrounding Kobbie. So yeah, let's get into it. Big up the chat, big up the community. T Kizzle up in the building and Turkish. I'm pretty sure others will join in later on. So let's get into it, people. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about? So this is Michael Carrick, guys, on Kobbie Mainoo. I'm going to let you know what the news is, what the talking points are, what the ethos is, what people are saying before, as usual, I will give my opinion afterwards. So this is Chris Wheeler on Michael Carrick and Kobbie. One of the first things Michael Carrick did when he took over was to take Kobbie Mainoo aside and reassure him that he's central to his plans for the rest of the season. Mainoo had become disenchanted at United after being frozen out under Ruben Amorim, to the extent that he was desperate to leave on loan this month. However, Carrick has adopted a more supportive approach with him. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but the idea of me doing shows in front of all you guys, and some of you guys in the chat were saying, sell Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo is not good enough. And I had to hold my tongue and say, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion and all these things. But I want to let you know, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating listening to some people in even my community, my small community that I've built, much less the whole United fan base, actually, after seeing this young kid do what he did, actually believe in their minds that he's not good enough to play at this club. It's insane. It's insanity. Full insanity. And it made me believe how many players were chased out of this club because the fan base was stupid. How many players? I understand, guys, that Ruben Amorim has his system. When did you accept that only one system can be played in football? When was that a thing? That it's the amount of brainwashing. Because for you to get from point A to point Z, for you to get from point A, which is 2 years ago, Kobbie Mainoo special, blah blah blah, all these things, to now sell him, it had to be a progression of gaslighting for you to get to that position. Because Kobbie hasn't changed. Kobbie's still a baller. So what's changed in you to now all of a sudden believe that he can't? It's the system. Amorim, week after week, not playing him, convinced and gaslit a lot of the fan base and made a lot of us believe that this kid can't play football. And it's sad. It's really sad. So my only thing I can say to my chat and to everyone, learn to understand a player's ability. Learn to judge a player independently from the system that he's playing in, and independently from all the noise and all the fuss around him. Because so many people are going to come out and say, this player's rubbish, this player's this. Listen, how about we just, on this, especially on this channel, say what we see and not just how we feel, and learn how to judge a footballer independently. Does he have a good first touch? Can he pass the ball? All of these things, yes. So he's a good footballer. Whether he fits in Amorim's system, yeah, that's another conversation. But then the conversation should also be, why should the system destroy so many young players? Like, I don't like Garnacho, right? I'm not a fan of Garnacho. I am not, guys. But we sold Garnacho because, yes, he spoke out against a manager, and you can argue he wasn't good enough. I'm not talking about his talent. I don't think he was good enough, right? But we're going back to playing 4-3-3. And a 20-year-old Garnacho on that left-hand side coming off the bench for 10 minutes is still not the worst thing. But we sold him. And we sold him because, yes, he had attitude problems and all these other things, but he wasn't really fitting into Amorim's system. So I just want us to be conscious about what we do, who we sell, and who we hate and who we don't hate. Because I also said to the chat at the start of the season, if you remember, I said some of you will be convinced to hate Kobbie Mainoo. Some of you, over the next 3 or 4 months, by January, and remember I said this, I'm not a liar, I knew it was going to happen. I said, as always, some of you guys will be convinced to hate this man, to get him out, because that's what Amorim wants. And some of you guys fell for it. So I'm glad that we're getting back to some sort of normality where a player like Kobbie Mainoo can just be good footballer, and we can watch him play football, watch him ball out, and just be happy. I'm glad we're getting back to that position. And just to, sprinkle some sprinkles on top of that, I'm going to watch, or at least show you guys this. Because some people are still not convinced that he is that good. They're not convinced he has, he can dominate the midfield, all these things. And this is what I like. I like Bruno. When we've got the ball up there, let's keep it. That's his captain he's talking to. That's Kobbie Mainoo telling his captain, flipping, keep the ball up there. Stop losing it. That's Kobbie Mainoo growing some balls, leading, telling everyone to fix up. So, all I'm saying is, we don't know what Kobbie Mainoo can become in 2 or 3 years' time. We just don't know yet. Let's continue supporting our youngsters, and especially players like Kobbie Mainoo who are clearly talented. Let's just continue. So this is all good stuff, all good propaganda for Kobbie. The club are going to keep pushing it because he's going to keep getting better because we know how good he is. He's going to keep improving. And I believe the club are going to keep using that as another stick to beat Ruben Amorim over the head with as well. So at the same time, I think we just have to be aware at the same time of United's propaganda, because they're now going to be pushing out certain things for Kobbie, to promote Kobbie. When, Amorim was doing his thing and freezing him out, they weren't saying anything. But now everyone's talking about Kobbie, saying how much they love him and all these things. United are now coming out with Kobbie prop. So we also need to be aware of this stuff as well. Anyway, big up the chat, big up everybody. Let's move on to what Fabrizio Romano is saying about Kobbie and Kobbie staying now. Kobbie Mainoo wanted to play just like anyone else, and he wanted to go on loan. We all knew this. We all heard the stories, all heard the rumours coming out of his camp. And now Fabrizio Romano is weighing in, changing his tune now, Kobbie. Apparently, Kobbie Mainoo is expected to stay at Manchester United after instant trust by Michael Carrick. Mainoo was considering a loan move to play on a regular basis and to develop, never a permanent exit. It's also important to understand that a lot of people were angry that he even wanted to go on loan, and just buckle down and fight for your place. I hate, when there's some people you can't win. Either if you stay and fight for your place, they'll say, oh, he doesn't play, he's rubbish. And if you leave to try to get game time, you get told that you're not a real Man United player in the first place, you're weak. So there's some people that will never, ever be happy with Kobbie. I get that. But I think it's important to understand he never wanted to leave on loan. It was always, he never wanted to leave permanently. It was always a loan move. Fabrizio Romano also ended by saying his contract situation will remain key topic in the next months. I don't think Kobbie Mainoo will go anywhere now. If Carrick's put his arm around him, if Carrick is saying that you are the future, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. I'm gonna make sure you play, you are quality, all the things that you want to hear as a youngster. If Carrick is doing all of these things, and that's all Kobbie wanted, that's all any player wants. That's all every player really wants. So I can't see him going anywhere, which is good because I like Kobbie Mainoo. Big up TK in the chat. My nephew, a City fan, said United's win on the weekend was a fluke. Listen, I want to know his definition of a fluke, TK. I loved how Bodo Glimt also, but Bodo Glimt scored 2 goals in literally 2 minutes against City. Like, what Bodo Glimt did to City when they scored those 3 goals, we should have scored 4 or 5. Like when I look back at the match, TK, I'm like, do you know what? We played good, yeah, but this is still Michael Carrick's only 2 training sessions. Like once we get better, if this was Michael Carrick, maybe, listen, who knows? We could get battered 5-0 against Arsenal. I don't know. But I hope that what we saw against Man City is just the beginning of something. That is my hope. I don't know for sure, but only my hope, guys. Yeah, this is also another story, guys. Or at least this is another narrative that United are trying to spin. And I don't know if it's true, but if they're lying about something like this, it can easily be proven that they're lying. Easily. So I don't think they're lying about something like this. Simon Sohn said, has tweeted this, and Simon Stone works for the BBC. The tweet says, good to see Michael Carrick at Ley tonight. 1 week in and one more visit here to see academy team than Ruben Amorim. This tweet is implying that he's gone to see the academy just one time, right? So he's been there for a week, right? And he's already seen the academy. And he's going to see them again, right? And he's only been here a week. And this tweet implies that Ruben Amorim has never gone here. In his 14 months here, he never went here to watch the academy, not one time. Not one time. What TK said, I'm implying that City fans are delusional. They are deaf cracks in Pep's team. Yeah, the thing about, I've always said Pep's defense, it's what's going to kill him. Like, he can score goals, but his defense is absolutely shocking. And Man City, yeah, they are proper deluded. It's a shame, though, because Arsenal are now going to walk the league. Fully walk the league. But back to this anyway. This is interesting. It's interesting to me if it is a fact that Ruben Amorim never went to see the academy players at Ley. If this is true, and this guy is coming out saying our academy is crap, then this is really, really bad. It looks really bad on Ruben Amorim. But at the same time, I understand why this is coming out. I have to know that this is coming out to make Carrick look like Jesus and Amorim look like the devil, right? And everyone's talking about it. So let me just scroll down quickly. In a week, United. Anyway. Yeah, in a week, United manager has made more visits, 1, to watch the academy than Ruben Amorim did, 0. And of course, Ruben Amorim supporters will say, why does he need to watch the academy and all of these things? But then if you don't know anything about the academy, if you're not watching the academy like Carrick has gone to watch the academy, why were you then trying to throw the whole academy under the bus? Do you know what it is? It's the fact that he came, Ruben Amorim, threw the whole academy under the bus, and people, Man United fans, you know, the same Man United fans who say, don't cuss Man United, always defend the badge. These guys sat there and watched him do it and were like, yeah, but he's right. The academy is... How do you know the academy is rubbish? Because he said so. There's too many people in this world who, as soon as somebody in authority, or as soon as somebody gets a position of authority, you just believe what they say and just gobble it up. Ruben Amorim was a pathological liar. He kept lying to save himself constantly. That's a fact. So very, very interesting, guys. This story that is now being talked about. Michael Carrick visits the academy within his first week of the job. Ruben Amorim never watched the academy, not even once in his 14 months. Let me know what you think about that. Maybe you guys don't care, and if it's which is fine. Maybe you think it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's not true. But I like to think it's true. And if it is true, what does that What does that show you? What does it mean to you? Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Big up Shivam. I see Shivizzle in the building. Darren Fletcher. I don't know if this is big news, but we'll just go through it very quickly. Darren Fletcher is ready to unleash Chido Obi alongside JJ Gabriel on Friday in the Manchester United under-18s FA Youth Cup game against Derby. The two young stars have not yet started a competitive match together. So that is why people are talking about this. This is what people are talking about. People are looking at these two players, and I'm not saying I am, I'm just letting you know the feeling, as the future. The under-18s, the academy, Man United will always look at the youth. We'll always try to promote the youth. And people are excited that these two are starting a game together. JJ is 15, I believe. So he's playing, and Chido's 18. So there's big 3-year gap between them, but JJ's already playing ahead of his time. Ahead of his time. So a lot of people are excited about this. I'm not too fussed about the under-18s. I'm always of the mindset that, yes, I'll support the youth. Of course I will. But talk to me when you start to break into the first team. Talk to me when you're on the bench on the first team. Like, that's when I will properly invest. But this is still good news, I guess. Still good news. So we assuming, and there's talk in the Manchester hierarchy as well, that JJ Gabriel might actually make his first team debut this year. At age 15, 16. That would be absolutely insane if he does. Absolutely insane. But that's Fletcher on, that's JJ Gabriel on and Chido. Let's move on to the United squad and pundits again. This seems like a story that is continuing. We spoke about this on Monday. We spoke about this last week as well. I think there is so many ways you can look at this situation. People are just doing their jobs as pundits. Punditry exists. And if you are BBC or anyone else, who best to have as pundits than the people who won the most trophies? And the people who just won the most trophies just happen to be Manchester United players. So there's so many ways you can look at this ex-players and punditry situation. So many avenues you can tackle this from. But the news is this, guys. Let's read it. The Manchester United squad have expressed frustration within the dressing room that ex-players and pundits seem to kick the club when they are down to draw attention to themselves. While they accept constructive criticism, there's concern that it is becoming personal. And this is the issue I sometimes have with the ex-players. Because it is deep, because it is personal, they can sometimes be unlogical, not logical. The more emotional you are, the more emotional I am, the less logic, right? I always say this. Emotions, unconscious bias is the enemy of critical thinking and logic. It is why often I say I don't listen to Gary Neville when it comes to Man United things, because he gets so emotional. It doesn't make sense. Same with Roy Keane. They're just angry because they love the club and they get personal. They start saying things like, I hate. Whenever you say things like hate and love, it means you're no longer being objective. So sometimes, because they're so close to the club, because they're so much in their feelings, just like us as fans, they say the emotional stuff, just like us as fans. The issue is they're supposed to be a bit better, no? They're supposed to know a bit more. They're supposed to have a bit more constructive criticism rather than, I hate this player. or I don't like this player. No, no, no. Tell the player what he needs to improve. Say the player lacks this. Give him some constructive criticism. Don't just let me know your feelings. So I understand that. I understand that. However, Man United have only won 25% of their games. So, which means 75% of the time we're either losing or drawing. So you're gonna expect negativity 75% of the time. It's almost at the same time I'm like, listen, guys, we're losing all our matches. We're not playing that well. We're not losing all our matches, but we're not doing that great. So why do you expect these people to be happy and not to criticize you when you're losing to Grimsby? That's why I say this conversation is actually more nuanced. It's more nuanced, guys. It's more nuanced, guys, I think. It's more nuanced. So, big up the chat. Big up the chisel in the bizzle. That is funny. All right, something less important, a bit more. I mean, well, you can argue this is important, but something that's a bit more silly for us to. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to talk about this, but this is just Lenny Euro. I found this news and I wanted to share it with you guys on who his best friend in the Man United squad is. He says my best friends are Kobbie, Mbeumo, and Ahmad. And you know what? Those four and Lenny Euro are probably four of my favorite players right now. Probably four of my favorite players right now. I've always liked Lenny. I think as a kid, 18-year-old, he's got a lot of potential. He's going through his patch right now. Next season, we'll see. Everyone knows about Kobbie. Mbeumo's Mbeumo, and Ahmad is just my guy. So cool. Let's say it's cute. That is cute. It's cute, Lenny. Sometimes, guys, I gotta remind myself, as a grown ass man, as a grown ass fucking man who's almost in his 40s, I gotta sometimes remind myself that Lenny Euro is old enough to be my son. Sometimes I gotta remind myself I'm a lot older than a lot of these young cats who are playing football. And they're kind of kids to me. And they're gonna say silly things and be like, oh, my best friend's Kobbie, cool. Have your best friends. Enjoy life. Enjoy life, my guys. All right, Black Kit, man. Black Kit, guys. We're going back to black. We're going back to black, baby. We are going back to black. So all I'm saying is this, and I hope these words don't come back to bite me. Arsenal, let me tell you something. The last time, I remember playing you in the black kit. Was that when is that against Arsenal? We played you guys in the black kit even more recently, of course. Jesse Lingard, Millie rocking and dancing on your Jesse Lingard, and listen, that's my squad there. Look at my guys. Look at Jesse, Pogs, and Marshall, my guys. Yeah, that's when it was fun. We were just dancing on people's heads. But yeah, black kit, guys. Black kit against Arsenal. So I ain't superstitious, but I know what that means. It means we're coming. It means we're coming for something, and we're taking something home with us. It could be someone's head, metaphorically, but it means danger. That's what it means. If we're wearing black kit, it means danger. That's what it means. So all I'm saying is, Arsenal, be ready. I saw you guys against Inter Milan, yesterday. Decent. But the third kit. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we're in the third kit. I feel like my memory, like I said at the beginning of the show, one of my favorite memories in the black kit, and I'm pretty sure it was a black kit. Guys, let me know if I am wrong. Yeah. When we beat Arsenal 4-2, when Ronaldo scored, and John O'Shea scored that goal, and when John O'Shea celebrated, when I think he chipped the keeper with his and he did this. When John O'Shea celebrated and he went like this, like that. That was one of my fondest memories. I think it was 4-2. We won 4-2, and we were wearing a black kit. That was, guys, that was such fun times, bro. I think CR7 might have scored twice, back post, but that John O'Shea chip, when he chipped, I think didn't he chip the goalkeeper? Guys, I'm not gassing. I'm pretty sure. Um, Shivam says we're gonna win against Arsenal. Big up, Shivam. It's a hypothetical. I think I don't want to think about losing against Arsenal. People, I know what you guys are talking about, but of course, we can lose against Arsenal. Arsenal are a good team. I'm just saying, if, and it's a big if, because we've only got a sample size of one. That's our sample size, yeah? Just one game. And I'm already getting excited. And you guys have told me that I'm getting too excited, yeah? I'm getting too giddy. But if we play anything like we played against Man City, I think we can beat Arsenal. That is all I'm saying. Um, Shibam's a fool. Dara says, Joe, I'm feeling happy. Got oh, Dara got A in the chemistry test. Well done. Well done, Dara. Well done, my guy. What? Hey, Dara, don't gas me. What question? I think I asked loads of questions about covalent bonds and structure of atoms and what's the chemical symbol for oxygen H2O it's two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom H2O. I don't know. I was firing all these silly chemistry questions at you, you know. But yeah, big up, man. What is salt? What is the chemical compound for salt? Name me flipping, I don't know, five gases. Argon. I mean, five gases. Name me argon, radon. Name me the name me every element on the periodic table. I'm joking. All right, we're getting sidetracked here. This is this is the nerd. This is the geek coming out of me. Whenever whatever subject is, it could be science, it could be maths. I want to know. I always take a deep dive, yeah, in any kind of subject there is, so I can know the basics. So I'm somebody who likes knowledge, like whether it's psychology, whether it's biology, whether it's whatever it is. I like to study it and gain a base knowledge in everything, so I can talk about almost everything, at least to a fundamental level, and hold conversations with everybody about most things, as long as I understand it or understand the concept at a basic fundamental level. That's just me. Was that TK or was that British? Um, Whistler. Do you know what, TK? I've never done skiing. I've never done skiing. I'm from the Caribbean. When I think of, listen, this ain't cool runnings, yeah. This ain't cool runnings, TK. Like now, furthermore, it is cool runnings. I'm like, but also Jamaica just got into the bobsled. They qualified for the bobsled. For the I think the Winter Olympics or whatever it was. But yeah, skiing, man. I want to ski. I want to ski one day, bruv. But I don't know. Anyway, Maz Rowie, people. Maz Rowizzle. This is not really news. Just an update on you guys. You guys probably know this already, like most things. Easily be granted a few extra days because, Morocco and AFCON. By the way, guys, I did ask a chat what they thought about AFCON. The ending of AFCON was wild. The ending of AFCON was wild. What was going on with the Morocco? What was going on with the team walking off? The penalty, my lord, it was absolutely insane, the ending. But I love the competition. I love the competition, man. I think one of these African teams could make it to the World Cup quarterfinal or semi-final. Could, could. Um. So yeah, that's Mazraoui. I don't know if Mazraoui was back. People is things we don't have enough sample size to know what Carrick does or not. We need about 4 or 5 games, yeah, to sort of understand who Carrick likes, who he fancies, and who he doesn't fancy. Because my question really was going to be, if Mazraoui comes back, who are you starting? Are you starting Mazraoui over Dalot? Are you starting Mazraoui over Dalot? And the second question, do you think Michael Carrick will start Mazraoui over Dalot? I don't know enough about Michael yet to know what he likes in a fullback and what he doesn't like in a fullback to really answer that question. But I would hope that Carrick favours Mazraoui, because I feel like Mazraoui is more technically gifted than Dalot, and I feel like Mazraoui makes better decisions. He's got a better footballing brain than Dalot. But I like this about Mazraoui and the reason why I'll say this about Mazraoui is because Morocco have done in the final, in that competition, and after the final have finished, they have done a lot of questionable things. A lot of people are not happy with Morocco, with how they conducted themselves. And of course, Mazraoui plays for Morocco. Similarly, when Argentina was accused of being racist and Garnacho and Martinez was on the bus when Argentina was singing the racist songs, in my mind, I said, I hope Garnacho and Martinez were not heavily involved in that racism. Similarly, I think it's good that I'm seeing my Man United player, even though he's playing for Morocco, he's saying, listen, he's getting angry because Moroccan players for being getting angry at Moroccan players for being behind the Senegalese goal and trying to disturb the goalkeeper. They're trying to play foul. And he's getting angry at them playing foul. I like that. I like knowing, or at least like thinking, that Mazraoui is a bit more decent. And when he comes back to Manchester United, he's not going to maybe be tainted with some of the same things that the other Moroccan players have been tainted with regards to their behavior. Like some of this stuff. This is the Moroccan I think ball boys trying to stop a Senegalese the Senegalese reserve goalkeeper from giving the towel to the Senegalese goalkeeper. The Senegalese goalkeeper needs a towel to wipe his hands. And Moroccan ball boys were trying to stop that from happening. So many little nasty things were happening. So many. So that's why I asked you guys about AFCON. A little bit of a sidetrack. From what we were talking about. And, this one thing that happened in the final doesn't change the fact that the competition was a good competition. It was a very fun, well-run competition. It just left a bad taste in your mouth at the end. And that also is the goalkeeper holding the towel. So, and he's with his medal. So, um, let me see what the chat is saying. Maz, we need you. I hear you are heartbroken, but Dalla will break more hearts like mine. Please, says Atro. Big up, Atro. Big up. Dara, what's Dara said? Let me read up. Dara said, do a hate along for the Liverpool game. Tonight. Liverpool against Marseille. Oh. Oh, yes, tonight. TK says 6 gas is what comes out when Amrim speaks. Big up TK, big up Atro. But Atro says, yeah, we need you back. Dara, where is the king of yapping sausage? You guys are fools. Shivam. Yeah, Shivam's not on it. Shivam wants Mazraoui back as soon as possible. Sausage in the chat. Sausage like Dara. You have summoned me. Sausage like Dara, you have summoned me, bro. Sausage came out like flipping Candyman. The sausage came into the chat like Candyman. Oh, snap! Turkish. Say his name and he appears. Oh, I believe in Joe Henry. My waffle is back. Honestly, take away the microphone of Nikki Bars and give it to sausage. Hey, not my sausage. Such is his name, bro. You can't say sausage without laughing. It's such a silly. I can't even say not my sausage without even laughing about it. Not my sausage. Not my sausage. Not the sausage in this chat. Hey, Acho says all day I am playing Mazarawi. All day. Acho says Carrick's last interim stint gave us what he wants in a fullback. He wants one to bump up to make up 5 up front, and the other can become a 3 or Nivea into midfield. Plucks he likes. Yeah. I always Carrick likes tech. Carrick definitely likes tech. And that's what I like about Carrick. I like the likes of Xavi, Carrick, all these sort of midfielders who are now managers that like tech. Even Enrique or Zidane. All these guys are always going to like tech. And I like that. Shivam says Maz attacking quality is subpar. Do you know what, Shivam? I might agree with you. Mazraoui doesn't look like he's gonna spray in a like. When's the last time Mazraoui put in a cross that you're like, wow, what a great cross for Mazraoui? Or when Mazraoui shot and you thought he was gonna score. Like Mazraoui does the right things, yeah, but he's not a massive threat in front of goal. But then the question is Dallo? Is Dallo a massive threat in front of goal? I don't know. Acho says I never saw Maz on the foolishness, and him calling it out is superb attitude. Winning it fair and square without needing to do any unhandness. I'll take that from Acho. I agree with that. That towel drama at AFCON final was bonkers. Are towels considered holy in Morocco? I'm confused. Depends what's on the towel, man. It depends on the carpets are. Carpets are sacred in that part of the world. You know, Aladdin was flying the carpet. You know, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I'm crying, man. I'm crying out here, guys. Um, Morocco can take the towel now and wipe their tears. Was this a training which will happen next World Cup? They are co-hosting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Acho said, despite what happened in the final, Afghan was still banging. Yeah. And I'm not looking at it as that will. I'm not looking at it as what I will remember the tournament for. That's another actual. That's what I like about you. That's what I was kind of leading to because what I don't want to hear is this one thing ruined the whole Afcon, bro. Shut the hell up. One thing doesn't ruin the whole Afcon. Let's just say that this final was mad, yeah, and this final was crazy, but they didn't ruin the whole Afcon. It didn't stain put a stain on African football. You know when they try to do one thing makes everything. No, bro. Because if this was the Euros and this happened in Euros, I wouldn't be hearing this has ruined the whole Euros tour. I don't think I'd be hearing that. So I'm glad Acho brought it up. I'm glad they brought it up, bro. Yeah, and plus the guy from Congo, my man from Congo, big up my man from Congo, because people try to tell you there's no politics in football. No politics in football. While FIFA, at the same time, while FIFA are giving Donald Trump a peace prize. Let me repeat. Keep politics out of football. Keep politics outside of football. Don't take the knee. 2 hours later, hey Donald Trump, here's a prize. Here's a trophy from FIFA for world peace. What? Huh? Keep politics out of football. We are going to ban Russia from the World Cup because of what they're doing in Ukraine. What about Israel and keep politics out of football? But you literally just banned Russia. But what about bro? Leave me out of this nonsense, bro. This world is fucked, bro. Anyway, I am deviating. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I am. This is, when I get like this, I just go off on one, and it's not cool. So let me get back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Well, you man, what's the chat saying? The chat wants me to continue talking football and stop waffling. Yeah, stand in front of the mirror and say sausage 3 times. Oh man, if you do that sausage, your sausage might grow. It's starting now. All right, cool. We're gonna wrap up soon anyway, guys. Acho says his preference for tech will mark the dropping of Dallo. I bank on it. I hope, Acho. I pray. I don't know about crosses, but Maz has wiggled assists here and there, like that one in the Bodo game. But I don't need him to attack. This is what your attackers are for. Yeah, I hear you, Acho. But your fullbacks offer attacking support though. Attacking, we've always had attacking fullbacks, whether you're Evra or Gary Neville or whoever. Even the Silver Twins, we've always had fullbacks that love to attack. But your point still remains, Atro. Facts chosen. It is like what happened to Saka with getting his shirt dragged. No one says that ruined the Euros. What are your views on Lumumba? Huge respect for him. A legend. Yeah. Exactly what I was saying. Like, it's football, yeah, can change so much because I always like to think about this, guys. I would like to think, yeah, I don't know the numbers. Let's say, yeah, 60% of the population, because the World Cup final is watched by about 2 billion people around the world. That's a quarter of the world's population, right? So I'd like to think about at least a quarter of the world's population loves football. That's 2 billion people. And sometimes we forget about the political influence then FIFA will have. Because FIFA have the ability, football has the ability to be beamed into so many people's homes, into so many people's head. It is the biggest sport in the world, the most watched sport in the world. It can unite and it can divide. It is so powerful, and it belongs to one institution called FIFA, who, as far as I'm concerned, don't really have a governing body over it. And when I saw FIFA hand Trump a peace prize, it just, once again, it reminded me that these guys can do anything they want. FIFA. Make up anything they want. If FIFA said no more football was allowed, and they said football is cancelled, I don't know how they're going to do that, but no, bro, the amount of riots here, the amount of murders, the amount of things that will happen in the streets because men, especially us men who watch football, we won't have a distraction. We won't have a lot of things to do. A lot of people, football is their everything. It is their life. Nothing more. It's just football. It scares me sometimes to think the power that FIFA and these guys have over all of us because of this sport. Sometimes you can argue they have more power than politicians. And to do anything like Lumumba's doing in front of all these people is going to be seen. Good on him. Anyway, actual, you know that FIFA president guy is corrupt, man. Broski on, bro, FIFA were investigated flipping 15 years ago, found to be corrupt. They changed everybody. I don't know, it's a new FIFA. We're not going to be corrupt anymore. Shut up, man. Like, corruption is everywhere, guys. Corruption is everywhere. Anywhere that there's money and there's a lack of oversight, there's lack of people, yeah, lack of a governing body, lack of rules, there's going to be loads of corruption. Anyway, guys, I love Dorgu's mum making him go over to the fan signature after the City game. That's a good mummy. That's a good mummy right there, man. Look at this, guys.
It is like Ryan.
Look at that. Once again, it is always good whenever you want to hate on these players, whenever you want to go online and go, oh, I hate Dorgu or whatever. Sometimes it's good to step back and realize that you're 45 years old and Dorgu's only 20. Sometimes, yeah, we got to remind ourselves here that these are young snappers. Yeah, who were literally just born into this world. And they got a lot to learn. But I like that from Dorgu. Dorgu, comes across a bit quiet. He's a bit reserved. On the pitch, he's feeling himself. He's getting more confidence. The more he plays, the more he's trusted. You could just see that Dorgu is just building and building and building. And his end product is growing. I keep saying this over and over again. If you tick every box physically, every single box physically, that left-hand side, yeah, when Dorgu plays, yeah, is locked the fuck off. It is. It is locked down. Right? All he had to add, and I kept saying to you guys 3-4 months ago, just relax on Dorgu, because I've seen this before. I've seen CR7 with absolutely no end product. Within 6 months, get an end product. Just go on the training ground and do your crosses. 100 crosses a day. Every day, the next 3 months. From all different angles, using different sides of your foot, and keep doing it. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. But I like the fact that Dorgu's come of age. And the reason why I also like it is because we're so impatient, because we've been so rubbish and we want instant success, we forget how long it took a lot of players to become good. We forget how long it took CR7 to become really good. We forget how long it took Evra to become good. Vidic to be... Evra took a whole year in and out of the team, Evra. Vidic making mistakes as well. And nothing's changed. In fact, it's probably harder now. It's harder now to bed into an inconsistent Man United side than it was for those guys to bed into a winning side. Because Vidic and Evra and these guys were coming to play for a United side that was winning stuff. And they still took a long time to bed in. We're winning shit now. We're not consistent now. So sometimes we just need to understand and give people time. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough, guys. Mateus Cunha on Instagram. What's he doing? I don't even know what Cunha is doing here, people. What is happening? All I'm seeing, he's doing martial arts, which is, I don't know. I'm happy for you, Cunha. Yeah. BJJ. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like Jiu-Jitsu. I've been watching a few Jiu-Jitsu stuff anyway, but it's quite interesting. Those who are not, what does it say? Those who are not graduates, please show respect. So Cunha's just showing some fighting form. Posted it on Twitter. Posted it on Instagram. Everyone's getting excited. Look at Cunha doing jiu-jitsu. Oh my God, he's fighting, whatever. This post is for Scholes and Nicky Butt. Shivam, was I comparing Dorgu to CR7? I wasn't comparing them. I was using CR7 and Vidic and Evra as an example of why we should give players time. So I was using them as an example of why we should give players time. I'm not saying Dorgu is a player like them.
Hey,
If I'm going to be anal, what you did, Shivam, was try to do some logical fallacy. And that's not what I was doing. If I'm to be really anal. I don't know. I shouldn't use the word anal in that context. I should choose a different word. Anyway, Ahmad. What's What is? Anyway, guys, we gotta have a laugh because at the end of the day, guys, like I keep saying, life is short, yeah, and United piss us off. United piss us off too much. So I don't know what this is about, guys. What's he doing? Why is he? This is Ahmad's outfit of the day, yeah. Courtesy of Aid in Heaven.
Hey,
What the
The thing about Ahmad,
fuck,
yeah,
man?
like, Ahmad don't care. He doesn't care, bro. Ahmad is a proper menace. Ahmad, to me, yeah, comes across as the short, that short guy that has like Napoleon syndrome. Like, I don't know, like, I don't get twisted. I love Ahmad, but when I see behind the scenes things about Ahmad, he's a menace. He's always doing something borderline to piss someone to piss someone off or something, bro. He's just a character, bro. And he's the smallest guy on the flipping squad. Oh my lord, look at Lady wearing it too. Look at, what is going on? I think, yeah, I'm assuming someone's lost some kind of bet or something and they've been forced to wear it. I don't know. It must be some sort of inside joke. But I don't know the inside joke. Only the young G's are doing it. Look at these young cats. They look like flipping clowns. They look like flipping TV show, like flipping Bruce's Price is Right or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They look like they need to be on a TV show. Like Britain's Got Talent. These guys are crazy. Anyway, let's see what the chat's saying. Dave is the IT guy. Dave left Wiz hanging on Monday's show. Wiz was listen. I couldn't bring anything up. I couldn't bring any of the tweets up. I was just listen. I was straggling on Monday's show. I was like, oh my god, where's all the information? Oh my days, what's going on? Yeah, man. Big up, Dave. Ekatike has dyed his hair blonde. This guy does everything but leaving his hair alone. Wasn't his hair a bit? Wasn't the top of his hair already a bit blonde, Ekatike? Yeah, yeah, man. 'Cause I've seen so many people online talk about Ekatike's blonde hair. Shivam, out of topic. Greenwood might go for 100 million, and we will get back a handsome bag of pounds. Yeah, I think Greenwood right now. Greenwood has to go to me. Where else? Where's the next step for Greenwood right now? Because Marseille, I don't know if Marseille can keep hold of him, guys. Like, I know what. Listen, once again, let's not even go there. Let's not have a conversation about what he did. Let's just move on. Yeah. And because of what he did, there's still clubs that won't go near him. I understand that. But based on his talent, and I've said this, I saw it. When Mason Greenwood came out in Man United, when I saw that this kid was hitting the ball with his left foot, right foot, bottom corner, top corner, when I saw the fakery, the wizardry, I was like, no, this is crazy what this kid's doing. It's insane what this kid was doing. And I said at that time that if he continues to improve, there's no reason for Mason Greenwood not to win the Ballon d'Or. There's no reason for him not to be the best player in the world. And he might not be. He might not get there. But Madrid has to be the next step for him. It has to be. It has to be. And it's a shame. It's always going to leave a bad taste in my mouth because this stupid kid had to do some dumb shit and ruin shit. His fault for being dumb. But it's always going to leave a bad taste in my mouth that I wish he was just better. I wish he was better at that time. I wish he knew better. I wish he was a better human around those periods of time when he did those things. And we wouldn't be spending £75 million on Sesko. We wouldn't be running around trying to get by flipping. All of these strikers are shit compared to Mason, by the way. You think Sesko's better than Mason Greenwood? No. So it is life, man. It is what it is. Let's move on. Acho says facts, never sold the stocks in Dorgu. Yeah, man, I was willing to give Dorgu a year before I make full judgment. I kept saying this to the chat. I said, give him a whole year. I've seen enough about Dorgu to feel like he can play. Just give him some time and then I'll make my assessment. Died. He's become the Eminem or Ghana of Liverpool. Nothing like a new hairdo to distract from the team's faults. Yep. And the way I'm looking at it, the way that Chelsea are playing, the way that Liverpool are playing, all I'm saying, guys, is top 4 so far-fetched? Is it that far away? Top 4, really? I don't know, guys. Enter the Cunha, enter the Dragon. Yeah, I saw that Cunha Brazil Jiu-Jitsu stuff. Man better watch out on the pitch. Piss him off and he's going to flip. Bro, actual. Piss him off, man's going to flip and Cantona flying kick. Cantona flying kick settings. I'm not going to lie, yeah. Cunha comes across as someone who... I'm not saying he comes across as someone who's going to punch you. No, I am. I am actually saying that. I'm actually saying that Cunha, the way he is, I'm not saying he is this, but he comes across like somebody who could lose his temper at any moment and just do a madness and get a red card. Players' time. Yeah, I think a year is a good... I mean, you should be able to very quickly see the technical level of a player. He controls the ball, his body shape, his short passing, long passes. Does he check his mirrors? Does he... like all of these little things, right? How is he under pressure? How is he in tight spaces? Like Kobbie Mainoo is really good in tight spaces. That's one of Kobbie Mainoo's thing. When Kobbie Mainoo sent Semenyo, with that just a drop of the shoulder, man. I know it wasn't a tight space, but just a drop of the shoulder, Kobbie Mainoo sent Semenyo flying. Not many players in our... Ahmad could do it, Cunha could do it, but not many midfielders could do that. So you just gotta know. You just gotta know what you're seeing, and if you could see something in that player, give them time to show it a bit more before you write them off. That's all I'm gonna say, in my opinion. Oh no. Yeah, have to show me something within that time and then show some consistency. Yep, I'm with you. TK says Ahmad borrowed Wiz's Halloween pimp costume. Oh no. All right, you got me. You got me. But it's just a chat. Only the chat knows this. Yeah. Pimp them ghouls. Pimp them ghosts. Pimp the sexy vampires. Anyway, Ahmad has always been on stuff. Ever since I saw the dancing vid with him and Onana, I knew. Yeah. You're right. You guys are right. Ahmad's always on some... He's not afraid, Ahmad. That's one thing I've noticed. He's not afraid to be cheeky, rude if he needs to. Like, he's a small person with, like, big energy. Does that make sense? He's a small man, but his energy is big. He's got big energy. Wiz, dye your goatee blonde like Hulk Hogan, NWO style. You look mad. Your guys are trying to take the piss, bro. Allow me, man. Come on, man. I'm not the target. I'm not the target here, man. I ain't a target here, man. But I will say, I don't know about blonde sausage, but a little grey, silver, you know, I don't know. That might actually bang. It might actually. I don't know about where Greenwood goes, but I think he goes to a top flight club, maybe Barca, not Madrid. Him and Jude has clashed. Oh yeah, Mason and Jude clashed. Yeah, Atro's right. We are getting top 4, said Atro. Atro, I don't want to join you there yet, bro. I've joined you in a lot of your topics and I've agreed with you. And I keep bringing up, no, I'll keep asking, are we getting top 4? But I need more evidence. I need more evidence. Give me 4 or 5, give me 4 games on the Carrick. Yeah. And out of those 4 games, if you give me 3 wins, in the next 4 games under Michael Carrick, then I'm gonna join you, bro. Then I'm gonna join you. How about that? Deal. Shake hands. Actual said, I like Cunha, but yeah, the guy can be on violence. I remember what him and Ain't Nori did to that one assistant coach like season or so. He was saying kill on sight, had to be help. Yeah, I feel like, how can I say this without sounding a bit? I feel like a lot of Brazilians have that spiciness in them, or can have that spiciness in them, because I remember Anthony, who's a bit similar, and maybe if I'm gonna do the psychology thing for a second, growing up in the favelas, hard time, hard life, you are gonna be resilient, you're gonna be a fighter, you're gonna be determined. When someone tells you no, you're gonna say, shut the fuck up. So it might have something to do with that. But then again, Ronaldinho came from the favelas, and Ronaldinho just didn't stop smiling with his big gap teeth. Yeah, man was just smiling all the time on the pitch. So it is what it is. Just an hypothesis, that's all. What? What's Bimo doing? Dun, 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 dun.
Still doing
Dre.
this.
Yes, still, and it's still, that's getting love for the streets. Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the MBMO. It's the MBMO. Anyway, do you feel Cunha can do what Bruno has done for our club? Can you replace him once Bruno is gone? The assist, the goals, and everything. If not, then who would you sign to replace Bruno? I mean, we do this all the time. Replacing Pogba, we haven't actually placed him. We haven't placed Ronaldo. We haven't replaced Giggs. We don't actually. I just want to say we don't actually replace players. There's no such thing as replacing player like for like. When we replaced Roy Keane, Michael Carrick is nothing like Roy Keane. So essentially, what I'm saying is we're gonna have to change the way we play. We have seen for the last 4 years one man dictate the way that we play football, and his name is Bruno Fernandes. And we've not seen football being played without him since he's been here. I can't wait to see what football looks like without this guy being the center of it all. Listen, I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna sound very bad, but it's not bad. I'm gonna say that over the last 5 years, it's been the worst period, in my opinion, in Manchester's history, and the last 5 years has also seen the increase in reliance on Bruno. So the more we rely on him over the years, the worse we have become. And I'm not saying that we are bad because of him. I'm not saying Man United are bad because of Bruno. I'm just showing that there's a correlation. I'm not showing causation. I'm just showing the correlation. The more we relied on him, the more that the I don't know, the Pogbas and all these guys have gone, and we still kept him, and we relied more and more on him, the worse we've seemed to be getting. And it's not just his fault. It's not actually his fault. Maybe it's a lack of signings. We're not, just like Pogba, we didn't sign a lot of players to support him. Who's there supporting Bruno? All of these things. I can't wait to see the world without Bruno. Not because I don't like Bruno, because I've just seen us play to him, for him, for 5 years. All our corners, all our free kicks, everything goes through him. And it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. So I hope that answers your question in a lot more detail, Shivam. I don't think Cunha needs to replace what Bruno does. Because at the same time, and I want you to lock in here, guys, for 1 second. Just 2 weeks ago, Bruno was playing in a double pivot, and we said that we wanted to sell him because he was unnecessary. Just 2 weeks ago. So just 2 weeks ago, while playing in a double pivot, he wasn't doing anything. We didn't need him. Because what he was doing in that double pivot other players could easily do, right? Get rid of him. And now all of a sudden, we've changed the formation, and in one game, we're like, can Cunha do what Bruno was doing? Can Cunha do what Bruno was doing in a double pivot? No. But other players can. Can Cunha do what Bruno was doing as a more advanced player? Not exactly what he was doing, but he's better in other ways. He's a better dribbler than Bruno. He can carry the ball better. I don't know if he's Bruno's one thing about Bruno, his shooting technique, the way he slaps that ball, chef's kiss. He slaps that ball. That ball stays hit, yeah? And he's a good passer of the ball. He's a good passer of the ball. He takes responsibility and he's a captain. But I just don't know about replacing him. I don't know if we actually need to. I know it's a long answer, but it is what it is. Who will be our playmaker? It depends. We've only seen one game with Bruno in that position. And like I said before, he was in the double pivot. So if you're replacing double pivot to Bruno, right? Adam Walton can do it much better than him. Boom, there you are. If you're replacing Bruno as a 10, I think you can easily replace him. You don't need someone to do what he does. I'm a believer in adaptability. When we sold players, we always adapt. We sold CR7, we adapted. Before CR7 came, we sold other players. We keep adapting. I'm not one of those fans who are like, oh my Lord, when this player leaves, what are we going to do? We'll buy another player, we'll change the way we play, and we'll keep going like we've always done. This whole, oh my God, what we're going to do when this player leaves, it never makes sense to me. It never makes sense to me because I'm like, players we all die, we all live. I don't understand that question. It's like every single player grows, plays football, then retires. Then we replace them. Every player, every club, everywhere, every team. So when people say, oh my Lord, this guy's going, who's going to replace him? I'm always like, I don't know, this happens all the time. Every company, when your director leaves and the director's a really good director, you just got to find someone else who's like, you understand what I mean, guys? It's just not, for me, it's not a thing. But at the same time, it is a thing, if that makes sense. Because he has been important to us. Very important to us. But he didn't have to be. He's important to us because we put him in that position where we play through him. Just imagine if he didn't play through him. Just imagine if we asked this guy to track back and just do what everyone else does. What we look like. Anyway, all these things, guys, a lot of it depends on the formation, a lot of it depends on the system, a lot of it depends on what Carrick wants to do and all these things. We saw Bruno one game play forward. Carrick might change it tomorrow and play Bruno in a double pivot next to Casemiro. He might do that, who knows? And then if you ask me tomorrow after Bruno plays in a double pivot, then I'll say, yeah, Adam Walton can replace him. So anyway, guys, we are apparently planning talks with Bruno about his future. So looks like we've done a full 360. I don't know if this is true, but Rob Dawson is saying this. It looks like we've gone from we're definitely selling him at the end of the season, all these things, to now we might want to keep him. And that is simply because of a formation change. And I want you to pay attention that because of a simple formation change, getting rid of Amorim and the simply changing the formation can make a player go from not being important to being very important in a split second. That's why I always encourage you guys, don't hate players if managers want to get rid of them. Don't automatically hate a player simply because Amorim wants to get rid of them. Because Amorim wants to get rid of them because they don't fit his system. It doesn't mean you need to hate the player. Because as soon as a system change, that same player that you hate could easily become the most important player because they fit into this new system. And that's all that's happened. Our systems changed, managers changed, now playing Kobbie, now playing Bruno, all of a sudden everything has changed. Just like that. Boom, bam. Thank you, mum. Bob's your uncle or your mother's brother. TK says, when CR7 left, we had Sir Alex and his magic wand. Post Sir Alex, every great player has that left made our team worse. Yeah, I mean, Shivam, you're making good points, bro. I'm not saying you're not making good points. You're making good points, but that might to do more with our recruitment, because how can I put this? I can prove, just like you've listed all these players that have left and made us worse, I can list players that have left, legends that have left, and we've got better. I could say to you that when Van Nistelrooy left, when Van Nistelrooy was here, we didn't win much. As soon as he left, we started winning stuff. Right? I could say that. I could say when Dennis Irwin and Palisters and these guys left, who were just as good, we won stuff. When Roy Keane left, we still won stuff. But your point still remains. Man City, when all the David Silvers, all the Colo Tourés, Vincent Kompany's, when that generation all left, everyone thought Man City would stop winning. But guess what? They won the quadruple. After Aguero's, after all those players left. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. Just my opinion anyway. But these are interesting conversations, man. Interesting conversations, guys. Acho says, you never need a singular playmaker. Yeah, I don't like the whole going through one player, Acho. It's just like a balanced team needs to be literally a balanced team. You need balance, and having one playmaker doesn't really make you a balanced team, in my opinion. The creation responsibility should be on the whole team. PSG currently do not solely create with one. Ruiz, Neves, Vitinha, Mendes, Hakimi. Yeah. I think the next step in all teams want to get to a position, where rather than a group of individuals, you all look like one entity. You all know what you're doing when you're defending. You all know what you're doing when you're attacking. It's just everything is seamless. So one individual won't necessarily stick out because everyone is on the same wavelength. Like Arsenal. As much as they try to push the whole Declan Rice thing, Declan Rice is good, but I'm still not going to be sitting here and say I'm kissing Declan Rice ass. He's a very good footballer, but he's not world class. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing the whole Declan Rice is world class thing. He's very, very good. For me, maybe I'm an Arsenal hater. Maybe I am. But that unity in the way you play, you don't need one guy, one person to funnel the ball through. That's not a complete or a balanced team. Mainoo unlocked Bruno against City. Some of the little tight passes in some of the intricate passes in tight spaces that Mainoo and like Bruno and these guys were doing were really good. Some of the triangles that we were playing against Man City, especially the one you guys have seen this one probably, the one where Cherky, we sent Cherky to the shops, bro. We sent Ryan Cherky to the shops the way that we were just proper rondo settings. So Acho says, when we ran 4-4-2, everyone created. Even with 4-3-3, we created with everyone. So I am not hearing this solo. Yeah, I think Acho, one thing I've noticed, guys, is sometimes our opinion on football and what's possible in football is dictated by someone above us that tells us we can own. You know when people used to say things like, you can't win without a striker. And now everyone's playing football without false nines. I mean, without strikers, and they're playing with false nines. Yeah, you can't win without wingers. Then some teams are playing with full. Like, there's always going to be someone who tries to frame football and frame the narrative of football in a very closed way to make you not expand your mind. That's my opinion. So the idea that you need this player, he scored this amount of goals and this got this amount of assists and you can't replace him and it's all doom and gloom. I would challenge you to not frame things that way. That's all. I would challenge you to not frame things that way. Acho says, I'm going to say a controversial opinion, and I have said it before. After we let Bruno go, we will go on to challenge for the league. Mark my words. That's a big statement as well, Acho. That's a big statement. I'm a bit too nuanced to be that bold. I have spoken about Bruno being a net negative on the pitch. When he's not scoring and he doesn't produce GA, his performances aren't really that good, in my opinion. Often. And as much as I've enjoyed these goals and enjoyed the time with Bruno, as I've mentioned before, there's a part of me that can't wait to see what we look like without him. I think, once again, I'm going to answer this question before we wrap up, guys. And also, you guys can answer that question too. Three signings that will make us win. If we continue with the 4-3-3 formation, I don't know who the signings are actually. I don't think I can give you names, but I can give you the positions. I think, despite how good Dorgu's been, I would still like a left winger. I think Mbeumo and Ahmad, right wing. I think Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko can play up front. Doku on the left needs to compete with someone. I think we need a left winger. We need at least one midfielder. At least one. Baleba. We need a combative midfielder that can go shoulder to shoulder with most footballers on this planet, that won't get bullied off the ball. A Casemiro with legs, and now get Baleba. I think we're okay at centre back, but especially with now Heaven and Lenny Euro coming through as youngsters. So we got those two, and we got Maguire, and we got Dilly and Martinez. If we were playing with a three at the back, don't forget, I've been saying, if we continue to play three at the back, I'd want another centre back, because the three at the back system is different. You need the right centre back and the left centre back need to be different, absolutely different to what we have right now. But if we're playing four at the back, then yes, Lenny Euro is a two at the back defender. So is Heaven. These guys can play two at the back. Three at the back, where your right and your left centre back have to join the midfield and all these things. Yes, we will have to recruit for other centre backs. But now that we're playing with a back four, I don't think we need to recruit centre backs. Left back, in an ideal world, I would upgrade both fullback positions, the left and the right, in an ideal world. I don't think we're that far off. I think the position that needs the most work is now going to be our midfield, because Casemiro and Bruno are both over the age of 31, 32. And Ugarte is not good enough. That's the area that needs the most work. But I think you guys already know that. And a backup goalkeeper, said TK. We need a backup goalkeeper. So give me a Baleba. A Semenyo on the left would have been cool. But now, I don't know who the wingers in the world now. Who are the absolute sick wingers in the world right now? Because Semenyo would have been so nice for us. I don't know. Anyway, guys. Great show. Great show. Let me see what you guys are saying. What's Acho say? We need to do more than 3 signings. Yeah, I tried to do the 3 signings and I realized, hold on a second, I'd want a new fullbacks too. But that's a perfect world. He asked for 3. We need to do more than 3. defo contend for the league. We need midfielders, fullbacks, a left winger, and one more. Well, I mean, actually, you're almost the same as me. I think you almost said the same as me, to be honest. One more 10. I'm not gonna lie, actually. I don't know if we need another 10. Cunha, Mount. I mean, I don't know if we need another 10. I don't know. Anyway, big up the chat. Some nice conversations. As I said, guys, we have started a Discord. There's not a lot of us in this small community, but we started a little Discord. I need to join it as well, to be fair. Flipping heck. I thought I did join it. Yeah, of course I have. Because I thought I've definitely clicked the link. I'm definitely in it. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. Just making sure. So yeah, we started a Discord guide. Discord guys. I've started a Discord. So feel free, please, guys, to jump in. We're all gonna have to run it together. So unlike YouTube, where I run it and Dave runs it, the Discord is gonna be run by all of us, including you guys. So we will talk about whatever you want to talk about, do whatever you guys want to do. We could do polls, memes, predictions, just anything. Just dash it in the Discord. Actually makes me laugh. He says I need another 10 because I'm sending Mount. Okay, fair enough. That's why. Actual says Rodrigo in the Premier League. Rodrigo for the Premier. I hope. Nah, he'll be alright because look at flipping like. Nah, he'll be fine in the Premier League. Because you know these sort of cats like Rodrigo, and you think about all the big defenders that are gonna be in the Premier League, trying to muscle him off the ball and all these things. Beleba, yep, and Wharton. Cool. Vinny, Rodrigo, Barcola. And Kavar. Barcola. We're not getting any. See, we're not getting Barcola. We're not getting. We can't get those players. Can we get Rodrigo? I don't know, guys. Can we? I don't know. Anyway, guys, big up the chat. The chat is still popping off. That was our 1 hour and an hour and a half show, guys. Listen, it's quite interesting. I always say to myself, I'm going to make the show 1 hour. But if the chat's chatting and the community is doing what it's doing, the man will let it flow like the river. Flow like the river. Flow like the river. Hallelujah. Down by the riverside. Down by the rivers. Amen. I don't know. I need to eat some food, guys. I'm crazy, guys. And then big up the chat. T Kizzle, Turkish, Dara, Atro, Sausage jumped in as well. We're missing a couple guys like Jerry. I ain't seen Jerry in a hot minute. And Jerry used to jump in as well. So big up the chat. Shivam always, bro. Shivam's the guy, Me and Shivam don't see eye to eye. We don't agree all the time with our football. And we will disagree. Me and Shivam will disagree a lot, but I like Shivam's. It's interesting. Me and Shivam disagree, but I still like his takes. Sometimes I really like to hear different people's opinions and different people's points of views. Big up Shivam. Big up Atcho. Big up the chat. Have a good evening, people. Big up the community. MVP is Dara. Big up Dara. Dara, all I'm saying is this. There's not enough people who trust professionals, who critically think, who like to be smart and who like to be educated. So the fact that you're just there banging out chemistry, and I ain't gonna lie, nobody likes chemistry. Nobody likes that. So the fact that you're doing that, Big up, bro. Big up. And you got an A, my guy. So well done, man. Well done. Because football is cool. But I bet chemistry is going to get you paid. Yeah. Football might not get you paid, but what you're doing, your education, your academics, that will get you paid, my bro. So big up yourselves. Big up everyone. Don't forget, it's easier to hate than it is to love. Don't forget, it's easier to love than it is to hate. And when my brain starts doing what it's doing, it means I need to end the stream. It means, yeah, my brain's getting tired. So big up the chat. I will see you guys next time. On Friday, it is our match preview, and on Sunday, I might be joined on Sunday by an Arsenal fan. I'll let you know if I'm going to be sharing this stream with somebody or not. Big up yourself. Yeah. A chemistry A is almost as good as MVP in those chat. There you go. Because nobody gets an A in chemistry. Nobody gets an A in chemistry. And you got A in chemistry, bro. So Sabot Slide with a free kick goal. I like Sabot Slide. I don't know why. I always say that. Anytime I hear Sabot Slide, I'm like, wow, who's Sabot Slide? That's such a sick name. Robots don't lie. I've only seen iRobot, the 3 laws of robotics. So, sir, bots don't lie. You know, sir, bots lie. No, they don't. They're honest machines created by humans. And that's why I like Sabot's lie, because it's a lie in itself. Because robots don't lie. So, big up the chat. Big up Sabot's lie. And I'll see you guys